La gorrita de lado, los ojos tumbados y cargo un flacón. Loco cabrón, así me dicen que soy. Los plebes andan ondeados y bajan los vidrios un humaderón. Sale el olor a pura flor. Tengo llamadas perdidas, mi morra ya varias veces me marcó. Quiere que ya me regrese.
So Vanessa's from Mexico. We are having sugar rolls. Right, Vanessa? See, she's like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Cook us your
I'm
rolls.
just having that shit.
All right, we're off to an adventure. We have no customer meetings this afternoon, which I'm super stoked about. My meeting started actually at 6 a.m. Conference calls, video calls, and then a customer call, and now we got the afternoon free. I can't get a flight back to Minneapolis till tomorrow, so we are gonna explore Mexico City. We're amped, I'm excited. The street that we're on here on the freeway in Mexico City, I was told this going north, this was the way to get to the United States. Through Texas? Through Texas.
Now there's near the pyramids, there is an exit to go to East Texas.
East Texas.
That's what it's,
No, San Antonio.
No, it's to Brownsville, to Cali, near by the Gulf of America.
Oh, the Gulf of Mexico, not the Gulf of America. He's a Trumper. I knew he was a Trumper. He loves Trump. Who would have thought it? Bye-bye. We're leaving Mexico City. Oh, the tree smells wonderful. Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
You ready?
We're here. Teotihuacan.
That's correct.
Close enough.
Yeah. No.
Good.
Me gusta?
Yeah.
Candy's place.
So this is Teotihuacan. It's an ancient Mesoamerican civilization that was at the same time as the Mayans, but pre-Aztec. And the Aztecs came here and they found the city abandoned with two pyramids, Pyramid of the Sun and Pyramid of the Moon. And they named it this, the Aztecs did, because they thought gods must have created this, and I don't blame them. This is outrageously cool. Pretty awesome, Joshua. I'm going to the Giza pyramids in October.
October?
Yeah. So these pyramids weren't used for burial like the Egyptians. These were used as an altar for religious and sacrificial purposes. And they believe that these were built about 200 years before Christ, up until about 200 years after Christ. And then it was lost until the Aztecs found in 1100, and then it was lost again until I think 1907. Oh shit! Gringos!
Yeah.
Gringos. So is that the Pyramid of the Sun or the? Okay.
The moon pyramids. It's mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So that's the perspective that they have. The paradise in this kind of culture is the underworld.
Ah.
So imagine this kind of things. If you want to go to the underworld, going to a secure place, it's a sacrifice.
So you wanted to get sacrificed?
Yeah, for them it's an honor, like a privilege.
It's a privilege to be sacrificed.
So that's the thing.
So we sacrificed behind us.
For that reason, they're confused with Aztecs. Aztecs made on top.
Yeah.
Teotihuacans used that platform.
Okay.
At the middle.
So Aztecs did this sacrifices on the top.
Traditional Aztec sacrifice.
And this civilization did it here.
Under this brick.
What year was it with carbon dating?
They passed 139 years to make the whole pyramid.
It took 139 years to make it. In what year?
Yeah. 200.
200 before Christ or after?
Before Christ.
200 years before Christ, and it took 139 years to make this. And there's a hole, I don't know if you can see this, there's actually a hole right behind me. They did a hole just to see if there was anything inside the pyramid, and there wasn't, it was just rocks. This isn't Egyptian, it was not a burial chamber or anything, it was just literally a altar for sacrifices and to pay homage to the sun. Cool.
Was the mountain that you see at the north. The name is Cerro.
So our guide just told us that the pyramid behind us is where the Aztecs would go to the top, pull out the heart of their sacrifice, pull the heart out, and then just kick the body down the entire way. Literally falling all the way down from the pyramid. And they did that as a sacrifice for the sun. Talk about apocalypto. I'm gonna have to watch that movie. This is crazy. So Teotihuacans would sacrifice kids right there in honor of the gods.
And sometimes when you read about this kind of
So these were houses for the priests. That's the altar for sacrifices, where priests lived. And then the religious ceremonies would be on the top. So I just learned something really interesting. So check this out. So the stairs go to the side and they go up. Originally, it was just straight up. So this is a reconstruction of stairs around 1910. Originally to the very top, it was just a small little area that went straight down, which is what the original people had for the pyramid. Okay, I stand corrected. There was actually caves underneath with some sort of like artifacts found, but it wasn't strictly for kings to be buried. But there were caves underneath these pyramids. There is a mineral in there that if it gets in your lungs and gets to your liver, you'll die within a couple of days. We truly are in the land of death. I can't believe it.
No. No, nunca me dijo nada de pilas.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Technically, we're climbing.
Awesome.
So the city ended at 4 kilometers down there.
It's 4 kilometers long, so it's like a bit
This
less
is
than
the
3 miles.
valley of the dead, right?
So this is 8%. 8% of the city.
23 square kilometers.
23 square kilometers.
23 square kilometers. They've only seen 8% of it. It's all buried. By the way, the sacrifices, a better look at where they were sacrificed was right there for this civilization. And I'm gonna massacre the name. It's Teotihuacan, something like that. I promise I'm not gonna screw it up anymore. Teotihuacan. Before the Aztecs found this civilization, that's where all their sacrifices were. We're gonna sacrifice the gringo. Here, let's do it.
Have a touch, a cold thing. The common process is water, crystallize, and made a glass. Wow. Okay? Depends what happened in this chemistry, depends of the kind of obsidians that we can get. ¿Tiene algo plateado por ahí?
Cut his head off.
For example, this is that's the natural color.
Didn't you say it was committed deal?
It was a committed deal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought you said it was a committed deal.
It is committed. I can see it. It's pretty.
Material that you made it. Sometimes they add eyes, like to make more realistic mask.
But this is kind of more original.
Yeah, this is it. The first one was found with this material. The name is greenstone.
Greenstone.
All right, I'm not gonna screw this up. It's Teotihuacan. got that right now. Teotihuacan.
They use it this way for acoustics.
Yeah.
How works acoustic? Imagine this kind of thing. Imagine that we have a ball, right? So if I grab my ball and I threw it in a wall, the ball rebounds, and that's the echo. Okay? But imagine this kid is here.
Yeah.
There's the difference. Okay?
Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. So we're walking down towards, actually I'm walking backwards. We're walking backwards towards the Pyramid of the Moon, and we're walking on the Avenue of the Dead. And everyone thought that these side buildings were for burial. They were actually wealthy people's houses. So don't front on the dead. Don't front.
It's very common when you visit archaeological sites around Mexico. The people said we have a pyramid.
What's left of a puma? Puma picture.
He needs to remember. Where's the pebble?
Oh, so this is reconstruction.
Oh yeah?
It is original.
It's original, right?
That is original or not original?
That's original.
Okay, so that is original.
Okay, 1960 was last break of government.
So this jaguar was buried behind the rocks. The puma was buried behind these rocks.
Because remember, jaguars only in the jungle.
Okay.
And the skin has.
So what Joshua says is that every 52 years they would build upon the pyramid and build another pyramid on top of that and the other pyramid. And what you see is behind the rocks.
For that reason we use lasers to recognize different layers that we have.
Layers. This is what the city looked like with the colors.
Okay, so to give you a perfect view.
Sounds like they're sacrificing people right now. It's supposed to be the fake pumas. We're on the altar now for the Pyramid of the Moon. La Luna. So I just I just heard one of the last sacrifices they found was somebody with their hands tied and bound that was buried alive, and then they cut his throat and killed the person. No wonder they call it the Avenue of Death. By the way, I'm taking this Mr. Beast thing pretty serious. Check out my hat. I am turning gringo to redzo. This sun is not to be trifled with. So they packed up and left around 550, 600 AD. And what do we think it was? Is because of the heat, the weather? Is that why they left?
They ran out of resources.
They ran out of resources?
Civil War.
There's no water around here. I'm surprised they were here for so long.
We have a river at the south.
Well, that's why they were here then. There's plenty of water.
Capturing water.
Joshua says there's plenty of water. Plenty of pumas too.
For that reason they finished the natural resources.
He said that they created these pyramids because they're shaped like the mountains, so you can see it right behind the Pyramid of the Sun. Yeah, plain, clear as day.
This sculpture is like 3 meters tall, like 5 tall.
She's the goddess of that pyramid.
Exactly. Remember, moon by Aztecs, but by Teotihuacan, Teotihuacan, goddess of the water, fertility, and the mother of the earth. Originally, this sculpture was in the tiny altar over there. Straight one. Okay, that was the position for this. When we dug out the back, we found this. And this you can see the whole hands, carvings of necklace, and the face.
Where's the face?
It's the hull of the face. So start with this. Start with
This is the hole.
Start with the hole, shape of the
Okay.
hands. The hole, shape of the hands.
Yeah.
This, carvings of necklace.
Got it.
Hull of the face like this.
Oh,
Okay. So it's a fragment. Why? Because remember they built on stages.
We built the
All
stage.
before this was this. Okay. That's like how it works.
And that's her pyramid.
Okay. You don't need to yelling. You don't need to scream. Normal voice. Okay. If you feel that your voice is lower, the hands like this to amplify your voice. Solo si sientes que es bajo. Okay, mi voz tú desde el de mayor. But we made this more interesting. You go in front of that stairs.
Okay.
Okay? And Albert and me, we speak with you. We play Simon Says with you.
And where do I go?
In front of the stairs.
In front of the stairs. Let's do this. We got this shit. He's talking to us from the altar.
Yeah.
Say something.
Something
An hour later, I finally said it right. It's Teotihuacan. This is not a bad weekend, so we are just outside Teotihuacan. Check this out. This was built between the years 200 years before Christ up to about 150 years after Christ. That is the Pyramid of the Moon. Not a bad day. Always learning and seeing new stuff. All right. And the altar. In case anybody wants to be sacrificed, that's the altar.
Very important because this is like how looks the houses and the palace. The water system, well, everybody needs water to survive, but secondly, they approach the engineering. The engineering was this. We have a hallway. In the hallway, we have a drainage. The drainage fills this jar with water. For the reason the house is on a different level at the level of the floor. This tiny jar with water works like a mirror.
So you're saying that they didn't have,
They prefer skylights.
they had skylights that
Yeah.
captured the water,
Yeah.
sun, and the wind.
Sunlight, moonlight, wind.
It's a litter of pups. Hello. Hello.
That's right here.
How cool is this? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're going to eat down there in the cave. Woo. Our lunch resort today. Wow. Our lunch spot. Wow.
That's an altar,
Yeah.
usually for the dead people.
The dead people. Glad we're alive. Don't want to be dead today.
Yeah.
like these two.
Yeah.
But they're gonna hit their number.
Until now we are good.
They're good now. If not, we're gonna sacrifice them, cut off their heads, and kick their bodies down the stairs. Yeah, it's only right. It's culture. It's a culture we have created. We're about to smuggle ourselves into Mexico City. The border's coming up. We're smuggling ourselves up. Now, only if they had a wall, they could have protected themselves, but we're getting in. You say hello.
Es tac.
Say hello.
Hello, este
Es el tac pass.
Pass.
Pero de
¿Qué pasa? Gringo strikes again. We just smuggled ourselves into Pachuca, which is the windy city just inside Mexico City. Pachuca. We're home free. I smuggled myself into Mexico just to say that I could. ¿Qué pasa?
That was awesome.
That was fantastic. So now I want to warn my boys here that when we go midget tossing tonight here in Mexico City, you're not supposed to look them in the eyes. And if you need to reprimand a midget, you gotta squirt them with a water bottle. That's all you can do to contain their wrath. Otherwise, those little bastards will bite you. It's a true story.
It's a true story.
I told the guys that next time we're here, these two, we're gonna do lucha libre. We're gonna go to the south part to see the canals. We are going to do bullfighting. And last but not least, we're gonna really put our hat in the ring and get that midget tossing scheduled. We'll find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Chicharrones.
Chicharrones.
Street cats.
Street kitties.
Dory Locos.
I was just called
Güero.
Guarito.
Güerito.
Güerito.
Guarito.
Yes.
They just called me Blondie or Paleface. They called me White Man. You gotta get me doing the... It says Gulf of Mexico. It should say Gulf of America. It should say Gulf of America over there. It says Gulf of Mexico. In the spirit of Teotihuacan.
We're going to the main square. Plaza Mayor
Picture is nice.
We go this way or the other way?
Yes.
Sorry. $150.
Yeah, of course.
She looks a little mischievous. A little mischievous.
Es un carruaje todavía.
1864.
Yeah.
Those pistols are cool.
Yeah.
I want to do a duel with you.
He's actually
Let's do a duel.
at the dawn.
It's like the actor Nicolas Cage.
This part.
Yeah.
De hecho, yo estaba aquí justo cuando empezaba.
Get here, boys.
Cuidado.
What are we gonna say on 3?
Viva México, cabrones.
Cabrón.
Viva México,
Viva Mexico, cabrones. Fotos. Puntos.
Fotos.
The United States.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. These guys defeated. Did they defeat the United States?
No.
Okay, they didn't defeat. All right, so these Jotos did not beat the United States, but they pretended they could. Jeez, fuck. Keep on. All right, my esteemed colleagues just informed me that this is where the final battle was. What year?
1864.
18 something, and the United States came down here and the Mexicans went down fighting, and all the way up there is where they ended the battle. This was a fort. The US won that one. Doesn't win all the time. Oh, boom, baby. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello.
Well, it is a decoration now.
The sauce?
Cuidado con el escalón, no se vayan a tocar.
Until Lucha Libre comes around. So this is probably one of the greatest nights of my life. What are we gonna do, you guys?
We're
Venimos
going
a-
to the Lucha Libre in
Lucha
Mexico.
Libre.
And I thought this was gonna be like in a stadium.
Yes, it is.
Like Staples Center.
Look at it's this.
This is our
I thought this was a parking lot.
our Madison's.
This is Madison Square Garden, folks.
Yeah.
This has got to be the greatest night of my life.
Just we're seeing real Lucha Libre.
Real Lucha Libre. It started. Our first Lucha Libre. awesome. Tag me in! This is, oh my god, this is so much fun.
You can see her bones. Like you.
Oh, sit on her face! ¡Imanito! ¡Camarito! ¿Qué quieres? ¡Fuck you! Yeah! Day here in Mexico, Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Very good. Nice. Are they gonna do another one, man? Yonder,